everyone. This is going to be a quick video, but I'm uploading this tomorrow. Today is October 4th. I just got out of chemistry class. And I'm just making this video just as, you know, an anniversary of my my ankle sprain from last year. I'm going to tell you the story of it, of what happened. So I woke up like 6:30, went to my 8 o'clock class. That went fine. And then I went to my 9:25 class, and there was a midterm. So of course I took the midterm. It took me like 20 minutes, and I got out at 9:45. Somehow I still remember the time. And I went into the stairwell, and as I was going to walk to the stairwell, I was thinking, wow, I probably failed that midterm. I walked down the stairs, missed the last step, landed on the side of my ankle and sprained it. Probably tore a few ligaments or tendons. I don't remember. There was no swelling. The bottom of the stairs, I'm in pain. Like, this hurts. I'm not going to be playing this year. Ugh. And then someone at the top of the stairs, he came down, asked me if I'm alright, and I said, I'm alright, yeah. And then I asked him to help me out the door, because the stairwell, it was a stairwell down, and then there was a thing where two doors, and I went down this door, and then right when I went out that door, I was walking on the ankle. I was trying to step on the ankle, and it felt fine at the time, probably because of adrenaline. I told him, "Oh, I'm okay. I guess I'm fine. Have a good day." So then I walked maybe about 3 to 5 minutes to my car. I wouldn't want to say it's on the opposite side of campus, but it wasn't. It was like so it's hard to say. So anyways, I went over to my car, and then started it, went over, because I had practice later that day, like half an hour later or something, or an hour later. Yeah, it started at 11, but I had to be there, but I got there like an hour early. So I went over and started to drive over. Halfway there, after I leave the parking lot, I'm like, ow, my ankle hurts. So I drove with my left foot over there, and I couldn't. So I got to the athletic complex. Wasn't that short of a drive. So I went over there and parked my car. I couldn't find a spot close to the building. I had to park far, and then I had to, get walk across the cars, had to walk across the cars and lean on them and such, and then got inside the building, and the athletic trainer's office was closed, so I had to go on a bench right next to the locker. So I had to go in the locker room and sit down on the other benches, and I rest my legs, and I tell the other guy in there, the goalie, I'm like, hey, I just sprained my ankle. He's like, ugh. So I wait for half an hour, I think, and then I get up, hop over to the trainer's office. Trainer arrives, and I'm like, hey, I sprained my ankle. And he's like, did it happen during practice? I'm like, no. And he's like, I can't treat you, but I can give you some ice. So I got propped up on bench. I got propped up on the little trainer's booth over there, the seat, and then he wrapped some ice around my foot, and I rested it 15 minutes, and then and he's like, okay, stand up on your foot, see if it hurts. Stand up, put the foot down, Pain shoots up to my knee. Nope. To back up, I sprained my ankle. And he's like, oh, I can't help you, but you have to go to the health and wellness center. So I saw my team captain walk down a hallway. I called him in. I said, hey, I just sprained my ankle falling down the stairs. And he's like, oh man. That's where my friend Dan comes into play. Dan, he's not playing with the team anymore. He left after the fall semester to join the Army with the Marines. But his background, that he's a wrestler. He's really strong. Good defenseman, I think. But yeah, he's very good, very strong, So he comes over and we're discussing like what we're gonna do, how we're gonna get him to the health and wellness center. Dan's like, you know what fireman's carry is? And I'm like, yeah, I know what fireman's carry is. And then he picks me up in a fireman's carry, and then he has to put me down, and I joked, and I'm like, wow, it's like being picked up by John Cena. And then we're discussing. He's like, all right, here's the plan. I'm gonna bring you to my pickup truck. I'm going to carry you to my pickup truck, and then we're going to drive, it wasn't that far, drive over to the Health and Wellness Center, and I want to get you helped out, and I'm going to go back and do the run in the forest. Okay, that's good. So we get up, fireman's carry, and then I had to hop my way over the door, hop into the car, went over to the 9/11 memorial that we have outside the building, and then had to sit down. The guy walked by and he's like, hey dude, you okay? And I'm like, I'm okay. Yep. An hour earlier I sprained my ankle falling down the stairs. It's alright. I'm sure he meant no harm. But then Dan walked over to his car, went back, picked me up, let me in the passenger seat of the car, and then we just hopped over Health Wellness Center and made a whole circle around it because we didn't know where the entrance was. But we found it. It was in the back for some odd reason. We went over in the back, went in, he sat me down, and then I had to fill out some papers, and he's like, alright, I gotta cut out, see ya. And Dan is seeing this, thank you for your service. So we went back, and I filled out the forms, just they led me into the room. I think they brought me a wheelchair, or I had to use crutches, probably a wheelchair. They sat me up, they took a log of what happened, they gave me like ice and ibuprofen, which I didn't take. But I notified my mom and dad, and my grandmother came over with my father in a car, and by the time it was probably 12 o'clock, if not earlier. So I gave my grandmother my car keys, went in my dad's car, and we drove home. On the way home, he brought me to McDonald's. So I propped up my bed and eat McDonald's. Couldn't move, couldn't do nothing. But that's just how it is. And now we've reached the second part of this video. My absolute disdain for chemistry. Let's go over some context here. We're way past this ankle sprain, alright? God. So I have two parts of chemistry, the theory class and the lab class. The lab class is on Mondays from like 2 to 4. And it's like 2 hours, 40 minutes of the teacher just mumbling for 30 minutes, and it's like letting all these college kids just try to figure out what they're doing. It's lab stuff, alright? Theory class is way worse. It's on Friday, and it's and it's like 12 to 3 o'clock. She's just trying to be overjoyous, you know. She's just trying to, I don't know if she's kind of passionate, but she's kind of strict. And she's like, I can't do this right now. My head hurts. No, I'm gonna do this. Cause like, she's barely trying to teach us stuff. I think she doesn't even grade us even good. I noticed my last lab while I was walking by. She gave it back some homework papers, and there's like calculations part of it was wrong. And I was like, everyone's been graded a 0 on the calculations. So clearly she's biased or something. So I told my lab partner that, and he's like, yeah, she's been grading everyone terribly on calculation. That's just like, and then in the lab class she trying to correct me in my examination thing at the end, the calculation bit. So I have a headache. So I go over. So I'm trying to like get things right, you know. I'm trying to see what's wrong, you know. And she's like, so you gotta put the weight or the unit of measurement down, and then I put it down. She's like, why'd you put it down? I'm like, all right, do I put it down or not? You know, I'm trying to do my best here, and you're flip-flopping between, is this good, is this not? The significant figures are being accounted for, yet I'm being scrutinized for it. And she's trying to backpedal. I'm like, no, help me, please. So I finally get it done, and I'm going to pack up, get my thing, take the lab coat off and such, put it in the bag. And as I'm doing it, I tell her, hey, I'm taking All Saints Day off. It's a Friday. And she's like, I think there's going to be testing that day, which turned out to be false. But yeah, I'm taking All Saints Day off because the Lord knows that we have to pray for our saints that have fallen or something like that. I didn't get that far, you know. But yeah. Now this class, she opens up with a quiz. Why? We just had an exam 2 weeks ago, and she's like, all right, everyone, we're gonna open up each class with a quiz, 2-question quiz. I come in a little bit late today, and she just gives it to me. I had 6 minutes to do it. I barely knew what I was doing. Now, is that my fault? Maybe, but you know what I'd rather do than take chemistry? I'd rather take 2 DEI classes, because, well, first of all, the guy who teaches my history class, which is a DEI class, is an old guy, you know? He doesn't know technology, and he just sits at his paper, looks at his paper, and he talks to class, no notes, just talks, you know? And it's not even, I discussed this in a 60-second vlog. He doesn't even talk about, like, you know, like actual history. I mean, he does, but I don't get it in my ears, you know? But I'd rather take 2 of those than take chemistry. Because I don't want to be stuck doing chemistry forever, you know? Like come on. It's just absurd. It's completely absurd right now, alright? And now I have to edit this whole video and get it out instead of doing my history paper and studying and doing homework. Like, oh my God. Can I do something else? Like, $4,000. I've already spent $12,000. $4,000 a semester for this. Like, what are we doing? You know? Honestly. Like, is chemistry gonna help me out? Like, being a worker at Chick-fil-A or McDonald's, is it gonna help me? Is it? I'd rather be doing something different. I'd rather be doing like wrestling, you know, like professional wrestling. Oh my god, that's cool. If I had the motivation to work out, I would. But I'm not, cause you know, I'm not motivated like everyone else. Sure, I motivate myself, but I'm not like, you know, one of those guys who do that, you know. I'm pretty sure I got mental problems. And like, I'm gonna get myself worked up for nothing. I gotta go home, you know? Like, oh my god. This is just crazy. We're like a month into this. We're a month into this, and I'm like, ugh, you know? Like, can we get this over with? Like, can I at least get a C? I got a D on my exam because I didn't know what I was doing. Third point of this video, which I'm now just making up. Streamers, content creators. How do they get to do all this weird stuff like destroying their rooms and laptops and PCs while I'm here trying to get an education and a communications degree? Like, they're making millions, if not thousands, if not millions of dollars, like a month, and I'm not even getting an income right now. What's up with that? I should be getting like hundreds of thousands of dollars for doing nothing. I should be doing that, but no. I'm stuck here in this old car, in these pants, this sweatshirt, and like going to buildings and such, and driving around. Gas is $3. God. But if I get money, I'm gonna turn very evil. You know, like where does your morality go when you have money? Who doesn't want to keep their morality? Like, who actually like decides, well, I got money now, I'm gonna talk to minors? Who decides that? Come on. Like, I just, this is just frustrating, man. It's frustrating. Cause they're doing stuff I wish I could be doing. Nothing but sit on my computer, video, just, oh my god. This is just stupid. This is absolutely stupid. Alright? And there are guys out there doing construction, and they're working at McDonald's, and I feel bad for them. But they took the bullet, you know? They're doing it so no one else can. You know? And I feel bad for them. They could be doing streaming, for all we know, alright? It's just, this whole thing is just stupid, because I gotta go to college, as I've mentioned 5 times before, and I've gotta do all this education stuff, and all the way, I gotta be ingrained with political stuff. Like, I know it's election year, but I don't want to learn about the Democrats and Republicans anymore. Can I worry about that when I'm out of college? I mean, it's like a whole thing, you know? Like I got asked when I was going to the library last week if I was registered to vote, which I was. And I don't know. It's just something about people investing in politics. It's like they're zombies. They're just like positive zombies, you know what I mean? Like Scientologists. Like, there's like, have you signed up to vote? I'm like, yeah, I did. Oh. Have fun. Yeah. But anyways, I gotta go home. Alright? I've got a headache and I want to take a nap. So, I guess, as I've said millions of times before, later.